You got to have a lot of heart. You got to have a lot of soul. You got to have a fat gap. A brother better be strapped.
Check it out, check it out, check it out. We are in the building. 3132 International Boulevard. Bigfoot, Hostile Takeover presents Keepin' It 100 with Zoe the Roasta.
Myisha, Pooh.
Yeah, man, we in here having fun today.
Too
This
much.
is actually our second interview.
Yeah.
You know, we lining them up, chopping them up, thanks to Aldro Media, and we doing our thing. So, we just did an interview with Tucky Blunt. Great interview.
Excellent.
You know, stay tuned for the second part. Now we got the legendary Outlaw.
Nutt-So.
Nutt-So.
In the building.
Sean Cole, the Outlaw. People may know him from back in the day where he had the situation with Death Row, Tupac. He was a part of that whole movement, the Outlawz. He is an official outlaw, you know what I mean? Along with being a great businessman and a father and everything else he want to be. You know what I mean? He's an independent soul. And I know this for sure. My relative, my cousin, you know what I mean? The Outlaw, Sean Cole. I told him to call you that up.
Sean Cole the Outlaw.
I said, man,
He did.
you Sean Cole the
What was we at
Outlaw.
on,
That sounded like some
Coolidge,
cowboy
I think Coolidge
shit.
days, so.
Yeah,
I
Coolidge.
think so.
Yeah.
Way back in those days. Man, how you been, good?
How you doing, baby?
Man, the facility is looking great. It's looking lovely in here, man. It's a peaceful vibe. It's a positive vibe, man. I salute you.
I'm happy to see you, man.
Congratulations, man.
You see, I couldn't get this motherfucker started. My engine was fucked up, man.
Man, nah, you full
This
throttle.
this is the
Feel
breath of
me?
fresh air, man.
Definitely.
It's just, you know,
Definitely.
and I want to pay it forward and inspire other people to do the same.
Right,
You
right,
know what
right.
I mean? I know you got your clothing line. Well, let's hold on. Where do you want to start at? What's going on with Nutt-So?
Oh man, I'll just go back to the beginning to, you know, based on what you was talking about, the Death Row days and give a little history. Back in the days, I was formerly I was a solo artist. Then team had a group, Street Thugs.
Street Thugs.
So with the Street Thugs, we ended up, to make a long story short, you know, went to MC Hammer. Ham like the group.
Hold on, because you jumping.
Okay, so you want me to take time with it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay,
Just
got
a little
you,
bit of time.
got you.
I want to
Okay.
know who the Street Thugs was.
Okay, got you.
You?
So I was a solo
Rail?
artist, right?
Yeah.
And then the Street Thugs was me and one other guy named Zolly.
Oh.
He was from 73rd. I was from 73rd in Fresno, way back in the days. Then moved to Favor Street, started slanging weed, and Zolly was from Wells Street. So we became Street Thugs. Rail, Lil Big, had the title Street Thugs. Because Street Thugs, this is a little insight too, Street Thugs, the name was going to be AMW. So Rail had it, and he was like, nah, we need something else. So
America's Most Wanted.
yeah, so they ended up coming up with America's Most Wanted, and he still had the Street Thugs title.
Right.
Like, let me get that. So Rail was like, yeah, you can have the title, I ain't doing nothing with it. So me and Zolly became Street Thugs. Later, I don't know how long, but later after that, me and Zolly kind of went separate ways. He went back solo, I went back solo.
Right.
And then I teamed up with two guys from Frisco, Lynn and Doe. And then we was doing the 41510 things back then when the area code was, you know, not the same, you know what I'm saying? That. So teamed up with them, and then the Street Thugs was me, Lynn, Doe, originally me and Zolly. And then me, Lynn, and Doe. And then it just, we ain't do nothing. We did an EP, put that out through Ant Wiggins, Snake Pit Records, and then Snake Pit Records, Ant Wiggins. Boom, let's go to Ham.
Through Ant Wiggins,
Yup, it's
AKA French braids.
French braids.
AKA
braids.
French braids.
AKA French
French
braids.
braids.
Shout out French braids.
Who's
man.
bald headed now, but go ahead.
No, right? He ain't French braids no more, man. He bald head. Shout out bald head, man. But yeah, we went through French braids, Snake Pit Records with the Street Thugs EP.
Right.
Later got introduced to MC Hammer. Hammer was like, cool. Ham and French braids was working out a deal.
Right.
For the group Street Thugs. Something happened with one of the members of the Street Thugs in a little situation that kind of proved disloyalty on Hammer's end. So he wasn't really messing with them other two.
Wait a minute, explain that to me.
Disloyalty.
So
whose loyalty?
Disloyalty on Hammer's end.
No, my bad. If I worded that wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get it clear.
It was a disloyalty coming from the other end, the other Street Thugs end towards
MC Hammer.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So this situation was in the studio, and I believe it was a strap left around, and the other Street Thug member was like, man, it could be some kids running. Speaking of 100, he was like, man, it could be some kids, coming, going on. I'm gonna grab this.
He took it.
Right. Which
and his excuse was,
hey, look.
It could be some kids running around.
Did I take it?
Ass
no, I looked at it and was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna leave right where it is. You know what I mean? Because that's I left it right where it is. So he ended up returning it, but it ended up him being arrested and stuff like that. Come to
who being arrested?
One of the other Street Thugs. So we get to
the weapon was legal.
The weapon was legal, right? So
how the fuck he
when,
get arrested?
when he get the pistol and we go back to the apartment, we leave Fremont studio. We get the pistol. He get the pistol. We go back to the apartment in Hayward, right? So somehow I don't know I think Ham may have reached out to us or somebody reached out to somebody, and like, you got the thing that was over there.
Somebody reached out to the police.
Now this was after,
right?
You know what I mean? So now somebody reached out to us and was like, man, it's a pistol missing, man. So I'm like, I think we hit us, man, it's a pistol missing. I'm like, pistol missing. I'm like, anybody seen the pistol? I didn't know that the pistol was with us.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, where the pistol at that we seen? I said, yeah, I seen the pistol. I left it alone. Lynn was like, yeah, I got the pistol because the kids were on. I'm like, oh, well, Lynn got the, pistol. So he like, all right, man, we're going to come get it. Something like that. So in the midst of, what was his name? Delaney. He used to work for Ham.
Right.
So I guess Ham sent Delaney to come get the pistol. Like, yeah, man, we over here, come get the pistol. This was Lynn talking to Delaney now. Yeah, man, when we over here, come get the pistol, man, there's nothing. I just grabbed it, his excuse. So, bam. Delaney pulls up. Lynn outside waiting. We outside waiting. I'm like, yeah, we outside waiting. Right with him. I'm like, nigga, what you gonna do? Nigga, you gonna run or you gonna sit here, nigga? I'm like, nigga, they coming to arrest you, nigga. So they ain't ready to get a motherfucker back or not, nigga. They coming to arrest you, nigga. You gonna run or what, nigga?
So they called the police on y'all?
So they say they didn't. You know what I mean?
Oh, they say they didn't know.
So they say they didn't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
they had somebody's phone tapped?
Man, I don't know the deep down situation of that part. You know what I mean?
Like the police was called, but hey, man.
It looked like the police was called, but then it was a situation to where
when you legal, you ain't
and then
no
you got
rat.
Hammer. You got Hammer. That's Hammer.
But you ain't no rat when you legal. If somebody stole your shit, you can
not
call
only that,
the police.
Not only that, you're MC Hammer.
Right.
So your pistol just got into the hands of a group
criminal
called Street Thugs, which is from the streets. You see what I'm saying? So now it's like, man, hold on, I don't know what they done with this pistol, or you see what I'm saying? So
you showed you was criminals by stealing the gun,
and we told them, we was like, man, you should have left that thing there. Like,
so when y'all sold the gun and had to buy it back,
no,
what?
He sold it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you what happens.
Look. I'm like,
I'm trying to tell you what happens in the game. They sold a gun, they got busted stealing the gun. They had to buy it back from the nigga they sold it from to get it.
That ain't got nothing to do with what he talking about.
So when we tell him, man, you should have left the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he was like, yeah, I know, I should have. Like, so Ham after that was like, man, honestly, man, I know you solid. I know you 100. I'll mess with you.
I ain't fucking with y'all though.
I
Yeah.
ain't fucking with them. If you want to
Right.
fuck with them, you can fuck with them, but I'll fuck with you.
And what did you fuck with Hammer?
Yeah, off top, I was like, hey, man, let's rock. You know what I mean? So
So you really had no loyalty to them niggas.
it's not the part of a loyalty because
It
they were
was
still
business.
fucking with me.
It was
You
business.
feel me?
It was business.
No, it was business and loyalty because I still kept them with me. Ham was like, you know, I just ain't, you know, they ain't invited to the studio and shit like that. I'm like, all right, I'll fuck with them.
You
know
can't
what I
have
mean?
them
So
around no
now
valuable.
it trickled down too, though. It
Yeah.
trickled down too. Like this is a story I never even told, right?
Right.
So it trickled down, right, all the way down to Death Row. So now I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. So probably like about a week later, I'm like, Ham, so what's happening with my solo project? Because I was already a solo artist. Like, what's up with my solo project? I want you to just like manage that, manage me. He's like, man, it's good, it's nothing. I already been letting Pac, you know, hear your music. Pac wanna fuck with you. I'm like, huh? He like, yeah. So one day I was out on the block. I get home. I get a message from Ham on the phone. Man, I've been trying to reach you all day, man.
Well, I
Pac
love
wanna
how
meet
he
you.
woo 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 woo. Like,
Pac, he was like, hey, Pac want to meet you, blah, blah, blah. You know, I've been looking for you all day. I
Right.
can't find you. So I called Ham that night. I think it was probably like midnight. Ham, what's up, man? My bad, man. I was out all day. Then was that was back in the
Flip phone?
flip phone burnt out day. So if you ain't had no burnout, you had to wait till you get home with a phone burn. Yeah, that old. We're gonna edit that out. I'm that old. You know what I mean? So, but now, back to the story at hand. So Ham started managing me. I called Ham that night at midnight. He was like, don't worry though. Get out next morning, hit the flight and come on down. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go down there. I'm in the studio. I'm in a hotel room. That morning till about 5, I'm just in there like, man, hey, when I'm going to the studio, Next thing you know, I get a call. Hello? It's Nuts. Nuts, what's up? I'm like, what's up? He like, man, it's Pac. I'm like, Pac? I'm like, hell no. He like, man, what's up, man? You coming to the studio tonight? I'm like, hell yeah, what's up? He like, all right, man, it's all good. I'm gonna come fuck with you, right? Well, I'm like, all right, good. So now I'm juiced. I'm trying to burn up the phone line, calling back home. Hey, man, nigga, I'm gonna fuck with Pac. Nigga, I'm in the studio with Pac. Burning up the nigga phone bill was probably like about $2,000 at the hotel. You know what I mean? But so Ham ended up getting behind my project, Full Throttle. He told
As
me.
management.
As management. Now, Ham was already working out a deal with Death Row, where it was going to be the new and untouchable Death Row was supposed to be like the Five Fingers. MC Hammer, Pac, then you had the Death Row East, which was going to be ran by Eric B. And then Snoop was running his. And then you had Death Row itself. The plan was each one of those labels up under Death Row, including Death Row, was going to release 5 acts a year. So that would have been 25 acts coming out of Death Row just alone a year. That was the new and untouchable plan for Death Row. Eric B, we're going to have you running the Death Row East. Pac going to have Machiavelli. Ham got the Bay. So now, this is some real shit that Pac said. So Pac say, now we, fast forward. Pac was like, one day Pac picked me up. He was like, man, I'm gonna let you know something that was, in these exact words, I'm gonna let you know something that was spoken outside your presence. And I was like, oh, holla at me. He was like, me, Suge, and MC Hammer had a little debate. A little, not a serious, but a little friendly debate.
Right.
I was like, holla at me. He was like, Ham brought you to us. I want you on the label. Suge wants you on the label. I said, man, look, we're gonna rock it like this. Ham, he already brought me to y'all. So he already got to get his cut in. However they go, he got to get his cut in. Ham, if you want to manage me, let's let him rock. I say, you, Pac, I'll rock with you on your label. Suge, he already gonna distribute it through your label, so that's everybody eating. Let's rock. I said, if Ham cool with that, you cool with it, you cool with it, Suge cool with it, let's rock with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Came back, boom, everybody was cool with it. Man, let's roll. He was like, say no more, let's rock and roll. So at that point, now I'm in the Death Row. I'm in there. I'm like, okay, now I'm just, the only thing I'm waiting on is.
Yeah, I know. I remember you wouldn't answer none of my phone calls.
No, I think you was locked up, wasn't you?
Yep. I was calling you Collect.
Hey, look. You called me when I got shot. You remember that? I was in the hospital. You say, man. You remember what you said?
How you get shot?
You say, man. What you doing getting shot? I said, man, I was over there, hollering. He said, how many times you get hit? I was like, I got one. He said, oh, you got about 2 more to catch up to me. I was like, no, I ain't gonna catch up to you.
Something was wrong with me. Yeah, go back out there and do that shit again.
Man, but so that was the intro into Death Row.
You got shot? That
No. That was.
Oh,
That's how I keep telling the story. So what I want to say is, where was at this point? What year was that?
This was '96. So
had Keyshia been introduced to the world yet?
She hadn't been introduced to the world. So now let's go back to the beginning of that.
Right.
So the beginning of that, this is a song called
Wait,
Ghetto
Keyshia?
Town.
Who's Keyshia? For
His
those that
sister.
don't know.
Oh, Keyshia Cole is his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Keyshia.
Yes,
Little
Keyshia
Keyshia
Cole, yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So the beginning, to go back to the beginning of that, the song Ghetto Child was the actual first song that she
Got on.
wrote.
Right.
Where we do that at? We did it in a studio in Richmond, somewhere. I forget the name of the studio. It was one of them like the house studios. So did that song, scooping her, giving her the game, like, we'll do this. After we go do that song, I'm like, Messy Marv hollered at me and said he wants you to do the song. How much you gonna charge him? I was like, how much you gonna charge? She was like, I don't know. I'm like, you don't know how much you gonna charge? So, she was fresh into the game then.
Yeah.
Later, fast forwarding, well, actually, I got her on multiple tracks as, I'm gonna go back, when Keyshia was background singing Up Under My Mom.
Right.
There's a song I did called When Will Heaven Call, where my mom is singing above it and Keisha's in the background. Where
The whole family is talented.
yeah, a little bit. Zoda Roasta, Big C.
Shout out his mom.
You know what I mean? And, mom's got that. That's the church side right there. You
Yeah.
know, that church
My
choir
auntie,
was good. You know what I mean? So
Yvonne.
yeah, I mean, Auntie Bunny and Mama Cole. You know what I mean? And so going back to her entry into
The business.
the business, I'm like, look, I'm messing with Ham. Come learn the game. This and that. Introduced her to Ham.
Right.
Ham introduced me to Pac, Death Row. I introduced her to Tupac. Came up in there, yo, this is my little sister. He like, yo, that's your little sister? Your little sister? I'm like, that's my little sister. He's like, first thing he said after that was, that's your little sister? That's my little sister. I'm like, he said, say no more. So that was her intro to MC Hammer, her introduction to Tupac and the Death Row table. So Keyshia being, our family. You know what I mean? So she get the game from us.
Yeah.
Right.
She get the game from Oakland. So she's one of those kind of type of people where, she's one of those kind of type of people where you don't have to take to the water and then feed her the water.
Yeah.
Just point her in a direction and then
She's gonna make it happen.
And
She's an
gonna go.
independent soul.
Yes.
Independent soul, like bing, 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 bing.
Right.
So a lot of people will be like, man, you responsible for the, no, I'll be like, I'm not responsible for the position and the level that she's at right now. Did I give her a game as an older brother to a young sister? Yes.
So you share some
You
responsibility.
share some responsibilities, a better way to say it, you know what I mean? So that motivation in her, that grind in her, you know what I'm saying, is what got her, and along with the help, you know what I'm saying?
Is she still mad at me?
Keyshia mad at the world. Keyshia mad at the world.
We
She
love
mad
you,
at me.
Keisha. Don't be mad at me anymore.
Keisha probably mad at me right now. Probably gonna send me, I love you text tomorrow, I hate you
You
text
remember when I
next
took
day.
her car?
Nah.
You don't remember we was at the, come on, man. You remember? Listen, me, you, Lil Big, and we was at Hilton Hotel.
Hilton Hotel. I remember Hilton
We
on
went up in the
73rd.
room.
I don't remember you took the car though.
Come on, the Range Rover?
I remember the rain. We was in the rain.
No, nigga, I jumped in it and took off. Y'all was calling me, talking about, oh man, bring her car back.
Why you take a car?
Cause she was acting like a little bitch.
Well, see,
Yeah,
it's like
she
this, right?
She was acting funny.
Take her shit.
Yes.
when you have you have certain ways, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a female, right? We have certain ways as men, right? No, I'm not saying, I'm
Yeah,
not putting a
it's
title
fine,
to
that-
those ways,
what you
though. Hold on.
mean.
I'm not putting a title to those ways. Now, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A woman has her ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a man has their ways, right?
Right.
But now you have women that abuse those ways.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So that brings a title to it.
Right.
We respect the ways of a woman.
Okay.
I respect that 100%. Our family is overpopulated, not overpopulated, but overpopulated with women, according to the men.
I
You know
got
what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's probably 1 to 10 in our family. So I understand the mood swings, and I understand that's natural. That's,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
No, we
that's-
cool. We cool
and-
now. It was just a.
I say a
funny
lot
shit.
was, but I say to keep it 100, I say a lot has to do with the industry. You know what I mean? And the status that she's on, it could be on, and because it's not just one
Well, just
family
'cause we
member, it's a
keeping
couple
it-
of family
well,
members.
look, let me say this.
But then you
'Cause
have
we
your
keeping
ways.
it 100,
You know what I mean?
Because we keeping it 100.
100.
I feel that as much as she seen you working hard and struggling
Off
in the
top.
game, she could have done better.
And I agree with you, 100.
Yeah.
And I agree with you 100.
Yeah, I feel she could have done better, man.
No doubt.
And the fact that she
Like,
didn't
I don't take nothing less away from that. You know what I mean?
made me say, God damn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it draws antennas to a lot of people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, you know, a lot of people ask me, man, I gotta ask all kind of, man, why your sister ain't did, why your sister ain't did this, why your sister ain't did this. So I gotta keep it 100. Man, that's a question that some people has to ask her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I don't have
What,
an answer
what
for
kind
her.
of relationship you and her
So,
have?
That's
because,
my sister. Like, that's
but-
my, like,
It was
like,
close.
that's,
Oh, because
like,
I'm just saying, like sometimes you try to put your family on and it don't work. Sometimes just because that's your sister don't mean, you know,
No,
that
and I
she's
understand
have
that.
to.
No, I understand that, right? Like, she's not obligated to be like, okay, here,
I think
gotta
Like,
you
was you a
are.
good brother to her?
right?
No,
Did
hold
you-
on.
you
I
know?
think you
No,
are
definitely a good
obligated.
brother to you. Like, she
I'm
don't-
just
she don't
asking,
have
you
no
know, I
nothing
don't-
What I'm
negative
saying is,
to say,
I
you know,
could
towards me,
argue
right?
that point because if you my brother,
Right.
right, and I'm in a great position, we are in the same business.
No, I highly
then
agree
I'm
with
gonna put
you.
my best foot forward,
Right.
to
I-
make sure you
And
get.
I highly
said,
agree with you.
I said,
You know what I mean?
I want to rejoice in the fact that you're doing better than me or
Right.
good as I am. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's all about reaching down, pulling up.
yeah,
when
who
that
better
person
to
get
do
up,
it for?
Right.
Then
your
That's,
brother.
that is ideal, but you know, sometimes I'm just saying. Sometimes
Yeah.
people don't know. Sometimes family don't be shit. Sometimes people
yeah,
do
most
shit
definitely.
to each other, and then expect you to take care of them. Or the world don't know what's going on behind it. It's like, oh, that's your sister. She should. The world don't
That
know. Maybe
happens
you
too.
fucked her over. Maybe
Right.
we don't. You know what
Which
I'm saying?
wasn't the case,
Right.
but you know, it draws a lot of questions.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So she been in the game for how long, right?
Right.
20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is these questions that she's running from because
Right.
she don't have an answer for it? Or
Yeah.
is these questions that's not being asked to her? Me, I don't ask these questions to her because I look at it a little bit different. When I'm with her, right, here's a such thing as, it's a such thing as don't mess off your life being loyal, right? To somebody that don't have the same motive
Right.
as you.
Right.
You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely.
So now, I could blame two people. I could blame me and I could blame her.
Right.
Yeah.
Because for one, I could blame her to be like, look, you my bruh. Man, you done did this, you done did this, you done did that. I'm gonna put you in a position.
Yeah.
Not no money in your pocket
Right,
or
right.
none in your
And then I
bank.
can see if he was whack,
Put you in a position to eat. Yeah.
You see
but
what I'm
you
saying?
raw as fuck. Like
So-
you really talented though.
And then you got to look at like a lot of people's resume in the music. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, who has this person put out? Who has this person got behind in their whole lifetime of
Who they put on?
who they
Yeah.
put on? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
And stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So,
Amina.
Amina, Lil Cousin Line.
Never,
You know what I'm saying? It's
but
a lot.
Never did
So
nothing
yeah,
really.
and never did nothing, and which had a chance to see like now with that, you know what I'm saying, love Mina. That's a little sis. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
You know we love her. Like that's a little
Right,
sis.
right.
But in the same note, I could blame two people. I could blame Mina and I could blame her. Right?
Right.
Now, I can sit back and say, you know what, Mina, I blame you 100%, or I can sit back and say, Keyshia, I blame you 100%.
She actually gave Mina a
that.
better opportunity than she gave you.
Than she gave me. You see what I'm saying? So now.
And Mina's y'all blood too?
No, she's a close friend.
She's just close friend.
Yeah, real close.
Like they was best friends.
They was best friends. Then me and her brothers grew up. And
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the group I mentioned, America's Most Wanted, he
Yeah.
was one of the. Her brothers was one of the members in that group,
Okay.
and so on and so on. So yeah, no, I highly agree with you. Like it could have been way more better effort into, like I say, you know, we hustlers from the streets. We don't ask for money. We gonna go make it. You know what I mean?
No doubt about it.
You don't have to
I
put
was
money in my
telling her
pocket. All you gotta do is put
how
us in a
this
position.
dude had me in the streets selling CDs.
Yeah.
I ain't never sold a CD in my motherfucking life. like really though, my first album went double wood. Cause I didn't want to go out there and sell it, but they know he going to Fresno, Modesto.
We was
That
hitting
boy
it.
getting out there and
He was a
selling it.
gangster.
He's selling CDs. Yeah, but then I said, ooh,
It was a positive
that's
movement
dope.
too.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Because he might make 300 that day.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, man, I'm gonna go rob everything.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But he done made his little shit today. He ain't he said, call me
Right.
when you get back, cuz.
That part.
I ain't gotta go rob nobody.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Yeah. And they hearing my music.
and
They hearing my music. And today I take my hat off to you because you continue to hustle. We got this. Let's talk about this Outlaw District because you had a clothing line at first. Was Thug Life? No, that
Okay,
was,
so Thug Life was,
was
there
you?
was a guy named G. He was out in, he was an Egyptian guy out in L.A. Right when Pac died, he kind of jumped the gun on it. Hey, may the best man win. So he jumped the gun on it and produced the Thug Life. But then he got in contact with the Outlaws, rest of us, and the
Right.
that. So me out of the rest of the Outlaws really kind of like pushed a longer line to it. I'll say an extended line to
Right.
it. You know what I mean? And then I was running with that for a minute. It wasn't really mine, so I was just kind of like being the face of it. You know what I mean? Every time I go down to L.A., grab some gear, rock it and stuff like that, which inspired me to do the Outlaw District clothing brand.
right.
The Outlaw District clothing, I was thinking strategically. I'm like, you know, a lot of people heard my voice from, you know, the Tupac albums and stuff like that. So, you know, they know me as an outlaw, this and that. Might as well run with the outlaw thing. It sort of like weed, sell itself a little
Yeah.
bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Been doing good, been doing cool. You just got to be a little bit, you know, more creative to keep them, you know, glued to it, like, you know.
Yeah, like Hostile Takeover. I started Hostile Takeover by a hashtag. Like when I did the tours,
That's
I did
big.
tours, and what I would do, I'd had no material. I would hashtag
Hashtag.
Hostile Takeover.
So question. So being that Keyshia Cole on the level, your sister, if she wore that shirt in public, that would take your brand to another level. Would she wear your shirt?
All right,
If you
now let me
ask her-
say this. With all due respect, right? I love my sis. That's my sis. I'm just gonna rewind back. I'm gonna come back to that. Yes, she would wear it.
Would you ask her?
I would. I have asked her.
Okay.
She wore it. She took a picture, right? So, I got this theory called I had to unbury myself from the shadows, right? So, which was a good thing, and a lot of people may look at it as she don't mess with him and he don't mess with her. So it's not like that. It's all about distances. Sometimes you gotta love people from a distance.
Yes, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So my thing was, okay, I am who I am, not to be cocky because I'm not up here, but you know,
It's
I got
okay
a
to
little
be
bit of
cocky.
voice, right? So I say,
Some people like cocky.
some people do, right? So I say,
Stop
in order for
flirting.
me to grow,
I'm flirting. I'm drooling.
so in order for me to grow, right, past this level, you get to the point to where inside your mind, like if you just run around every day and you're doing the same old thing, you get inside your mind, you'll get claustrophobic because you're doing the same stuff every day.
Right.
So now you need to do something different. You may need to take a flight to an island to open up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So my thing was I got to unbury myself from these shadows. So I had two shadows that was, you know, holding me down, that I felt that was holding me down. One was my sister, being like up under. Because if I'm with her and she like, yeah, you can network while you're with me with the, people that I'm, around. So if I go network with these people, right? These people may go back around and be like, well, yeah, I just networked with your brother and Meanwhile, they have to focus on her.
Right.
Whatever they got going on with her, they have to put their whole 100% into her. So that already puts me at the second. Ain't no telling how long the second is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Second could be 5, 10 years
Right.
of loyalty. You know what I mean?
I got
so
you.
now, to get up under that shadow, it grew to the point where it was like, oh, that's Keyshia Cole, brother. More so, that's Nutt-So or Sean
yeah.
Cole. Oh, that's Keyshia Cole. Nothing wrong with that, right?
I
That's
got you.
Keyshia Cole, brother. That's Keyshia Cole, brother, right? Meaning, if you want to network with me and somebody say, oh, that's Keyshia Cole, brother, most likely 9 times out of 10, that person going to say, look, well, he worked for Keyshia. I see them together all the time. So if you want to do something with him, you got to
Right.
talk to Keyshia. You see what I'm saying?
Right, I
so
get
the
it.
networking,
Not wanting to step on her toes.
not
Right.
wanting to step on her toes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the same thing was with the Outlawz. So they knew my name, but they didn't know my face. They're like, oh, there's Nutt-So from the Outlawz. So
That big ass face.
if teeth, right? These teeth been the same since a little kid, right? But if I meet somebody in public and I'll be like, yeah, I'm Nutt-So from the Outlawz, right? 9 times out of 10, they're gonna go back and say, man, I met the Outlawz.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not Nutt-So.
Right.
So I just did a self-experience on myself, like what you say, Kaiser So say.
Yeah.
Bounce back. Let me look at some things. Let me view some things. Let me see where I went left. Let me see where can I go, make a U-turn at and come back and, get back on track. So I just sit back, analyze the game, and was like, okay, all right, if I unbury myself from under these 2 images, they ain't got no choice but to remember this. And then that's what started happening. People started looking. Next thing you know, I'm at a car wash. Hey man, ain't you want? Yeah, man, I want you. It wasn't no more you Keyshia Cole, brother. In the beginning, it was more so, man, you Sean Cole, I see your post, because I changed my page, Sean Cole, this and that. Man, you Sean Cole, and then it comes out. Ain't you one of the Outlaws? Ain't you Keyshia Cole? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it kind of reversed the situation in a positive way. And
I actually told you. I said, man, if you don't start using your name,
yeah, no, for real.
yeah, that's your name.
Yeah.
Sean Cole is your name. Utilizing it
Yeah, no, off top.
and benefiting from it through her.
See, a lot of people don't know, like my cousin.
Right.
So we go way back.
So where you from? What part of you from East Oakland?
Yeah, I'm deep East Oakland. Grew up in the 70s, ended up on 90s, 92nd, 70s. So back in the days, he was in and out of jail a little bit, I would say more faster than me. Not more faster than me, meaning like he got into the life before I did. You know what I mean? So I come into the street life maybe some years later. You know what I'm saying? So he was already into the street life. You know what I'm saying? He was already doing it, and I'm gonna say something a little funny. He used to have these 3 dreads hanging out, right? Or these 3 dreads hanging out, right?
Ja.
And we was riding, look, and I was riding with the other 2 Street Thug members that was from Frisco one time, right? And we seen you standing on the corner, he was yoked up, he was just out there looking like this, right? I stood up and said, hold on, man, that's my cousin, bust back, right? So they busted you back, they hit back, I say, cuz, what's up? And he was looking like, what's up? I said, you remember me, right? He said, yeah, you my little brother. I said, yeah, what's up, cuz? He said, nothing, you all right? I said, yeah, I'm good. He said, all right, I'm gonna hit you. Hey, that was
What you was on?
like, no, the movement.
What was you on?
It was a
That
movement.
was crazy.
It was a movement. Like he had, like his movement was.
I was
You
crazy.
see,
I was
like
a monster.
his movement.
You know,
I'm
motherfucker.
gonna keep it
Yeah,
100.
but damn
I'm
it.
gonna keep it 100. His movement was impeccable at the moment,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it still is. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no doubt about
so
it.
that's that's this
Yeah,
the
first of
culture
all,
that
I
he
didn't know
comes
who
up
he was
under.
with.
Yeah, that's how you was
I didn't know
looking,
who the nigga was with. You know what I'm saying? And I knew how to get in contact with him.
Right.
So he was like, yeah,
So
So I'm like, I'm gonna hit you.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit you. Yeah. So
you know
No, you crazy.
that
Thank you.
movement, that's
you very much.
that's that aggressive movement that we grew up under. You
That's
know
a
what I
good
mean?
crazy though.
And
then we ended up getting hella closer. I ended up seeing this nigga every day,
Every
talking
day.
to him every day. I'm talking about, I seen that he had some gangster bones in his body, and I wanted to fuck with him.
Who's
'Cause a lot
older?
I'm older.
Oh,
A lot of times you got family members that ain't really with that shit.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can only respond a certain type of way, and either I'm gonna protect you or we gonna protect each other.
Yeah.
You know, but the love is still there. But I'm not gonna
there.
bring you in my life, and I know what this motherfucker consists of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, them niggas could have been some niggas that I done something to.
Straight up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it was just
And being at that age, I had to understand that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, wait a minute, hold
But
on.
I know he
like,
rolled off. He was like, he was a little confused.
I was like, man, cuz don't remember me, man. I'm like,
Because he called you brother.
I called Moms, Pops,
No, no,
man,
no.
Moms, what's happening, man?
Because-
I just seen cuz out.
Because his mother is really my godmother,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So after we got older, instead of calling each other
Cousins, yeah.
I mean, a brother and sister, we start calling each other cousins.
Brother and sister. Brother
No,
and brother.
no.
No, instead of-
Because his,
Oh, okay. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, older sisters,
Yeah, you be clouded
Which is,
so much shit. You
which
know?
is their age. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
older sisters their age. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and,
Yeah, Duana crazy ass. Where's she at?
I just left Duana ass crazy ass.
Oh, she out here?
Duana crazy.
Where,
Duana
apartment
crazy.
C?
You know what? Nope. She be down there by sports page.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Apartment
So
C?
yeah, so but that's to clear up a lot of things on the
Yeah.
Keyshia and the Sean Cole situation. It's all love. It's 100. I just like I was saying, that aggressiveness that we grew up under, that taught me to be independent.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, be independent. Like, man, so and then a lot of times some people got knocked me up. Man, boom, that's your sister, man. You better go
Right.
ask her to help you. I
Hey,
be
so
like, man,
listen.
I be,
Not to
So-
cut you off.
Go ahead.
Outlaw District.
Okay.
This what you rocking right now.
That's what I'm rocking right now.
What size is this?
That's the 4X right there.
Okay. Hopefully I can fit this motherfucker. So we gonna make sure that we tap in to this Outlaw District.
So do
What else
people.
you got going on?
All right, so
You
man,
didn't bring her one?
yes, I do have.
Right here.
Gotta get your size. I gotta do. I'm gonna lead you with some more too.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm gonna lead you with some more.
Anything with the music? Any
Yes,
projects
yes.
with the music?
So with the music, another way when I said I had to Kaiser so say find myself, right?
1 minute.
So I'm like, all right, in which I listen, to a lot of your stuff and
Right.
the speeches that you put out there.
Right,
you
yes,
know,
sir.
They be real inspiring. And one time you were saying something about you don't have to show guns in the video to
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying, something like that. So yeah, a lot of those things was weighing in on me anyway. Like, man, okay, we can keep it gangster. We already gangster, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
so I said, let me just go ahead and flip the script and do some. Now I ain't making love and I love you booze and all that context.
Well, I saw that video
Yeah.
though.
It's on that level, 3 Shades
Yeah.
of African.
Yeah.
So it's more
I'm
inspiring.
Now go ahead though.
It's my movement is with this next album is called R&Me,
Yeah.
and it's more inspiring to uplift the black women, our
Right.
black
That's what's
sisters,
up.
as well as the youth.
Right.
There's no
Profanity?
N-words, profanity. I should have named it "No Bitches, Hoes, and Guns" on this album.
Right.
And that would explain the whole.
So what's the name of the album?
It's called R&Me. So it'll
R&Me?
be Sean Cole R&Me.
So tell us right now, we have to exit the premises, right? And we're gonna come back and get you in here again.
Definitely,
We want to
definitely.
make sure that we document your progress, but let us know, let people know where they could go get all your shit.
All right. Check me out. Scent Digital Distribution, powered by Empire, man. Y'all can check that out through iTunes, Spotify. Y'all can go grab all that. You can go online to the celebritycode.com, celebritycodeclothing.com website and order some clothing, or you can go to the IG, which is Celebrity Code Clothing, Facebook Celebrity Code Clothing, and get you some good gear. And one more thing, man, I'm also working with the youth. I've been going around to these juvenile halls speaking to the youth, and we trying to, help the youth and do motivations and stuff like that. That's what's up. We can set that up.
Yeah.
I can set that up. So let's do that. There's 2 more Tuesdays left for the Martinez Juvenile Hall. This Tuesday is a presentation to speak. and then the following Tuesday is a graduation for that class for them. So we can get that rocking up
make
in
me
there.
a part of that.
You'll definitely be a good.
Well, I
You'll
appreciate
definitely
you
be.
guys
Man,
coming.
love you, cuz.
Fuck with me.
Anytime.
You know?
Yep.
And
It's a
and
pleasure.
you
Yes,
guys
same
make
here.
sure you
Support.
guys go support. Make sure you guys continue to support Hostile Takeover and Bigfoot and pretty much
Bigfoot.
Pretty much.
BBR, pretty much BBR, and make sure you go subscribe, like, comment, and stay tuned. We continue to bring you the heat while we keeping it 100. Salute.
Keep it 100. Bigfoot.
Woo, woo, woo.
Whoa, whoa.